Hi everybody. Today we are going to make a quick and easy card that you can mass produce, and I hope that you will be able to follow along as you're doing this, and I'm sure that you're going to have all of the supplies because we just received our shipment of Gina K Designs new stamps, and I'm sure you're all pretty excited about them. If you haven't already gotten them in the mail, you should be getting them very soon. So, as you know from the last stamp release, Gina has released 6 new stamp sets. The first one is Sentimental Holiday by Beth Saleka, and this I love because there are a lot of sentiments that you can use for the inside of your Christmas cards, as well as some great images for building the outside of the card. Then we have The Elegant Florals by Teresa Momber, and this is great because, of course, after we're all done with our holiday cards, we're going to be getting into some new cards, some, birthday cards, just general hello, and this is just a great start, and some great flowers. Teresa is a wonderful artist. Then, of course, Melanie Munchinger is a genius at everything that she does. Of course, you know that she does all of her basket line with all the beautiful flowers, but this I really love because some letters that we can use. I frequently look for cards that I can make my own sentiment however I want, but can never really find the right one. And so this is really great. I started playing with it a little bit last night as I was Skyping with everybody's friend from Stamp TV, Lee. So we were having a chat, and I was trying to stamp, and as I'm sure you know, any chat with a card making friend does not really result in a lot of great work. I have to be focused when I do my work, and with Lee we're usually laughing a lot, so it's more fun to sit and just chat with her on Skype than make cards, but I'm going to try to do that. Be more diligent in making sure that I do. And then finally, or not finally, but Tammy Mayberry has released the Perfect Plaids. And I really like this because I like to make my own designer paper. And this is just great. And as you've been able to see, I'm sure, Tammy had a blog hop not that long ago. And right after that was the Stamp TV release, and Tammy had a bunch of samples, and go on to Stamp TV and take a look at some of the great things that she's been able to do, as well as all of the illustrators for all of these stamp lines have come out with some great samples as inspiration for all of us. So that's Tammy's set, and then Becky Ohlers has come out with the Warm Woolen Mittens collection, and I have a lot of stamping friends, I'm sure you do as well, but one thing that is always in a collection is stamps, mittens, holiday, winter, and this is just great. I actually made a card with this, and it's in my gallery on Stamp TV if you want to take a look at it, but it was so much fun to make. So I'm looking forward to making a lot more winter cards with this, but it's just a really fun set. And then finally, Gina's set this month is Snow One Like You, and this is the stamp set that I'm going to use today, but I'm going to use the Snowman and then the sentiment for that says Winter Blessings. So with that, I'm just going to quickly cover the products as well as the papers that I'm going to be using for the sample card. And again, it's not as detailed or is full of bling as I usually like to do, but this is, again, just wanted to show you a quick and easy card that you can mass produce some great cards for the holidays. And so here is what I had created. Again, very simple, but all of my cards are not usually as simple as this, but because they're usually full of bling, lots and lots of ribbon, some glitter. Now, my friend Lee, our friend Lee, I like to call her the glitter girl, and she's definitely the bling queen. So this bling piece is for you, Lee. I couldn't complete a card without one, so we're going to get started here, and I will first cover the actual basics of the card, or the products that you're going to need with the measurements, and I'll have these at the attached to the video as well. So we're first going to start off with the card base, and the card base is from the Gina K Designs Pure Luxury Cherry Red cardstock, and it's just a standard base card stock of 4.5 by, or excuse me, 5.5 by 4.25, or 4.25 by 5.5. Sorry, and then the layering weight is the Gina K Designs Pure Luxury 80-pound layering weight in white, and so I'm going to be using this, which measures 4 inches by 5.25. Then a piece of designer paper, and this is the red snowflake paper from the Blizzard pattern paper pack by Gina K Designs. Then for the sentiment, or not for the sentiment, but for the focal image, again, cherry red cardstock with the Gina K Designs Pure Luxury 80-pound layering weight cardstock in white, and that measures 2.5 by 2.25, and then the cherry red frame is 2.75 by 2.5. And then for the sentiment itself, again, same cardstock, the cherry red and the layering weight white. The sentiment measures 1.5 by 1, and the frame is 1.75 by 1.25. And then we're also going to use the Gina K Designs white organdy ribbon with the gold, which is just a beautiful ribbon to use. And that measures 5 inches across. And then finally, of course, the little itty bitty snowflake, the bling. It's from Karen Foster Designs. It's the Sparkle Burst brad, and it is a brad itself, but you know what, I don't like to have to poke in a hole into these quick cards, so it's just easier for me to clip this piece off and then just use a glue dot on that, and we'll show you how to do that. So the products to actually make the card we're going to use today is the Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and then 3 Memento markers, the Ladybug, Espresso Truffle, and Tangelo. And this is just to quickly color the image. Now for the hat, I didn't want to use a marker. I wanted to use something to give it a little pop. So I'm using the Flower Soft Polar White. And Flower Soft does have an adhesive, you know, specifically for their brand or the product. It's great stuff, but for this, I'm going to use the Tombow Mono Aqua Liquid Glue, and this dries pretty quickly. So again, don't want to have to use have a lot of mess in making the card today. And then we're going to use 2 stamps, again from the Snow One Like You stamp set, Snowman, and then the Winter Blessings sentiment. And then we're going to need, of course, trusty adhesive always, and I use the mono adhesive for that. And then, of course, to cut off those little attachments to the snowflake bling, little wire cutter. So let's begin. First off, let's take the card base and set that aside for just a quick second. And I want to just put everything together as quickly as possible to show you that you can make a card pretty quickly, but it can, you know, still, as always, you want to be proud of what you're sending to your family and friends. We want to make it quick, but yet we still want to make it a nice card. So let's take the piece of designer paper along with the layering white base, and we're going to glue it on there. Now, you know, our pal Gina from Gina K Designs, she has the most amazing way of doing this. I don't know how she does it, but I have to stand up to do this because, and I'm probably still not going to get it as perfect as she does, but I'm certainly going to try. Alright, and that's about as simple as we're going to, or as easy as it's going to get. Now for the, next I want to attach the ribbon to it. And instead of running the adhesive all the way around the back, and the reason why I don't do that, or I'm not going to instruct you to do that, is because the adhesive itself, the little dots that are in there, will show through on the back, and you don't want that. So it's just really easy to take your card and place the ribbon where you'd like it, kind of mark it here, and then flip it over, and then just fix it there, and then again flip it back up, get it to where you want it to be placed, and then flip it over again and just attach it. Quick and easy. And then I'm going to take that and put that onto the card base. And I'm just waiting. This would be one of those times that I would not want to run out of adhesive and have to replace it. But let's hope that that doesn't happen today. So again, Gina the genius, she just has an amazing way of being able to position these quickly. I, on the other hand, not so much. Let's see. There we go. Okay. So now we're ready for the real fun part, which is the focal image. So again, we're going to be using the Snowman from the Snow One Like You, from the latest Gina K Designs and Stamp TV release. Grabbing your Memento Tuxedo Black ink. Oh, I got something all over my... I'm sure you guys have that problem as well. You get embossing powder or some kind of dust or dirt all over it. So I guess I have to clean these up tonight. Anyway, let's see. Let's get this nice and straight. So again, I'm going to stand up. I don't know about some of you, but I usually like to stamp while standing and move that Memento pad because I know my hand will end up in it. There's a nice, I just love Gina's paper. I mean, it's just amazing. The quality is so high, especially in, I don't know if a lot of you have tried these yet, but I hope you have the chance. But the Clearly Gina K brand or line is so great. I mean, the rubber was perfect as well, but there's just something about being able to see through the image to put it in the right place. Because, there are times that I know with myself, I haven't pressed hard enough on one piece of the image as I'm stamping, and I have to go over it again. And this is just perfect. Just you could fit it right over the image perfectly. So thank you, Gina, for coming out with the clear line. And so what we're going to do is, let's put the cap back on here for right now. I'm going to do, again, take our Memento markers, and this is just a really quick, easy coloring job. Now, I'm not a Suzanne Dean, so I'm not using my Copics today because I do not want to be embarrassed in front of you. But the Memento, very easy to color with. They're one of my go-tos. I do like Copics, but I still have yet to enroll in one of Suzanne's classes, which I will be doing because it's now winter here in Minnesota, and so there's really not too much to do outside. But I've been wanting to take one of